Elsewhere, a member of the All Progressives Congress, John Mayaki, is calling for sanctions on the Central Bank Governor, Godwin Emefiele, and the Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, over the delayed implementation of the Supreme Court judgment. John Mayaki spoke on how the cash crunch paralyzed economic activities since the initiation of the cash swap policy through the CBN. Happy Dalawal reports. After that, we'll have business news.
The presidency on Monday said President Muhammadu Buhari did not direct the Central Bank of Nigeria to shun the Supreme Court order on the validity of Naira notes. The presidency's reaction comes 10 days after the Supreme Court extended the validity of all old Naira notes till December 31st this year. The same night, the Apex Bank had released a statement acknowledging that the 200, 500 and 1,000 Naira old notes remained legal tender and ordering they be let back into circulation by commercial banks. Despite the order, cash scarcity has continued in all states and the FCT with commercial activities being grounded. A member of the All Progressives Congress, John Mayaki, says the silence from the executive had suggested that the central bank was acting on the directives of President Muhammadu Buhari.
Our demand as Nigerians is that there must be a reckoning for the disaster of the past few months. And it must begin with the leading culprits of the person of Mr. Godwin Emefiele and his chief backer, Mr. Abubakar Malami, the Honorable Minister of Justice, who has failed to distinguish himself in his deed in this sad debacle.
The Supreme Court had faulted the Naira redesign policy by the Central Bank of Nigeria, declaring the Naira note swap implementation invalid and an affront to the 1999 Constitution. Nigerians are still unable to access cash properly despite the statement released by the CBN.
Bag of rice that we are purchasing with the rate of 7,005, now we are buying it 40-something thousand. Bag of fertilizer that we are buying 2,005, 3,005, now we are buying it 38,000.
Like yesterday, I took time out from the office during working hours to come and access money here. I came, picked number, I stayed here till closing time without getting any kobo.
Presidential spokesman Garba Shehu had in defense of President Muhammadu Buhari. He pointed out that no government in recent history has introduced policies to help economically marginalized and vulnerable groups like the present administration. Although some people have been able to access their monies, largely others are still struggling to meet their basic needs. Habib Alawal, TVC News, Abuja.